a very long time.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said you lived in one place for a very long time at one point. Oh,
Uh, I lived in one state in a very long time. But in that state, we moved around a lot. Like we went from, matter of fact, since I went from DC to Maryland, and then like up until like the eighth grade, I done moved. We done moved to one part, and then one part of Forestville, and then like from like the start of 11th grade, we moved into another spot. I think it was, yeah, Forestville. Yeah, and then to finish off my senior year, I went to two high schools, so we went back and forth really on. But even then, like we went from a house that we was in to an apartment, and then to another house, and
oh,
then all through like my teenage years, and then my sister, and then for some reason around 1920, that's when my parents separated, and then it was like two different apartments, and then all that. Yeah, I moved around a lot. I'm telling you, I moved around a lot once, and each and every one of them, since there was six of us, and me being the oldest, I had to move up all the heavy shit. When I
oh,
tell you, yeah, when I tell you, I like, I don't complain a lot. I don't complain a lot. When it comes to moving, I will bitch and move.
yeah.
I will bitch. I fucking hate
Uh,
it.
I'm quick to move. I'm very quick. Like,
I would tell people, I said, I would rather hire Mexicans and let them do it all day than I will lift another piece of furniture ever fucking again. That's
you traumatized. Not me. I ain't traumatized.
oh my fucking god. It's just like I like almost got into a fight with my sister's baby father one day. It was just and then it's just like anytime we got to lift something up and downstairs, it's just like I can't disappear because it's just like it's like how can I say this? It's three boys, but my little brother, he was mildly autistic, so I can't count on him for shit.
Yeah.
and my old my older brother, he's sometimes there, sometimes not there around that time. But he was like 5 years older than me, so he was trying to do his own thing. So
You want to be
be
outside.
yeah, sometimes it'd be my father. Sometimes it would be my father and me moving shit. And but every time I did it, but just like anytime when we hear
Now,
movement, I'm not happy.
yeah. Now you
It's
like,
that
yeah, that's
yeah.
not me.
The last time our family was all in one house and we done moved, and this was like 2020, and everybody was getting their own house, and a couple of them moved to Baltimore and all that other stuff. A lot of them a lot of my sisters had heavy shit, and some of my older sisters, they didn't even left shit. They didn't even take all the stuff that was with them. They just took whatever the fuck they got and then moved on. Kind of left that house a mess. But
Oh,
yeah,
oh no, we put it outside. We gonna one thing we should keep in sure we're gonna put it outside.
shit, they barely
And
even
like,
did that.
oh no, we're gonna put it outside, clean up, you know, give it back, get the security deposit because it's not gonna be a mess. But it's just we knew we didn't want to stay there no more. Like it was just bigger and better. You gotta keep finding bigger and better. eventually you find bigger and better.
Yeah.
And until you find like that one place that really feels
I
like
believe,
this
yeah.
is where I want to be at. Then you it's just like you don't just settle for like miserable, like just to be in misery. Because it's easy to be in misery. Like you could be in a place and you just be so drained and it's all your good energy.
Yeah, because even in like, because I had to move it to a new spot like last week, which is why I didn't have the podcast and all that other stuff. Like, instead of buying a bed, I bought a couch sofa.
So the futon
Not a
or
futon.
you bought a day bed.
Not a futon. It's
A day
it's
bed.
a couch that folds. That if you fold it up, it's a couch, but if you lay it flat, it's a bed.
Yeah, isn't that a futon?
No, it's not a futon because a futon is a bed and a couch.
Oh,
I know. That's why. That's why I had to. I will. Sooner or later, I would. Show you what it is that should be bought. It was actually. It was supposed to come tomorrow, but I guess it came early. So like most of my afternoon, I just spent assembling this couch bed, and it looks good. So, and also, and we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host Ray. With me, as always, we have Material Life.
what's good, y'all?
Uh, all right. Other Dion said he'd be on his way. I don't know. He'd probably be late. And Father said Father had to work, so it might be just the two of us. So,
Okay. Ooh, ooh. Hey, Matt.
so for those that just going in, I'm just ranting about how I hate moving. So don't mind me.
And yeah, we're just talking about moving. I don't hate moving, but then again, I love traveling, so moving is like it just gets me excited.
Now, yeah, I agree with you. But traveling, I can always be excited for traveling. Moving,
Mm.
fuck that. But
If I wasn't so like, if I wasn't such a person, I could picture me being part of like van life, car life. But because I am who I am, I just can't. Like I just I just could not live off of like like having no home and just like traveling the world in my van or my car and just going to like different locations and with no mm,
you couldn't be a nomad.
no. Like,
I
even though
don't.
they're technically not homeless because like they have the financial means to like get a house if they wanted to or some of them, I don't
They
know if
just,
they have the financial means.
no, you're
I
right.
don't know.
Some of them, some of them, they have financial needs. They just don't. And
Want to, but I like having um, an address. I may not like giving out my address, but I like having one. Like,
I told
but
myself if I like hit the lottery, even though I don't play the lottery, I told myself if I hit the lottery and I have big money, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give me an RV and then just drive around the world, or at least around America, just to
uh, I was like, you don't even need to hit the lottery for that. RVs are like the price of a car.
I know, but like I
Like the
want
small compact ones, like the not the big old like Greyhound RVs. We talking about like just a regular size, for like regular people, not like we're not having like a family of 20.
oh no, not that. That's more or less like a party bus or tour bus. I want like if I could be a tour bus, I'll probably wild the fuck out on that. But like a big ass RV where has its own Wi-Fi, I think I'd be straight on that.
And on the road for a year straight, going all up and down America. You have to do you would have to do like the northern part of America, like um during the summer season and hit all the southern parts, you know, during like the winter and because you definitely do not want to be in the northern parts of America uh with snow and mountains. It's a no. And an
I just,
RV, it's a no.
I don't want. I just don't want to be in a sundown town. That's just me.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
that's
sun. Them sundown towns. That's the only thing I'm gonna stay away from. That's
you know what's so crazy is I did not even know sundown towns until I don't know if it was this year or last year, through social media because I don't know, being from like Florida, well, Miami to be exact. I'm not gonna say Florida because when you're from Miami, you feel like when you say Florida, the only thing that exists to people is like Miami. So it just feels like they should know what you're talking about.
hmm
But being from Miami, like the sundown, like that just does not exist. Like it's too much of a melting pot for you to play around and think you just gonna act crazy on black people. Mm-mm, it's not happening. So I didn't hear about it. Um, if they did teach it in school for history or like I don't know for like civil, I don't know whatever
um,
lesson they supposed to be teaching that in. I didn't hear nothing about it. They didn't talk about it. We barely learned about Black history during the Black History Month, where they teach about Black history. So sundown was not a thing until like I think either last year I heard about it for the first time. Yeah, probably last year. I think like 2022, 2023. I heard about it. I think. I'm not sure if it was 2022 or 2023.
what
And
was
I
it,
was just
what was that show with Jonathan Majors and Journey Smollett? Is it Woodcrest or you know what show I'm talking about, right?
like, Lovecraft?
Lovecraft Country. Yeah, Lovecraft Country.
I never seen that.
The funny part is, if you ever seen it, the job one of the people's job was they traveled to different spots just to help black people to know where they're going. They make
Mm,
maps for them just to let you know where they be at because white folks was racist back then, and if you get stuck in these towns, you're basically fucked. So basically, their job was to go and travel, and then make sure the maps are accurate, so you won't get stuck in a what they call a sundown town because if, if you did a sundown, them white folks, you know, it's just not good for black folks in there. So
yeah. So I never seen that movie. I didn't even know that the TV show existed until like I think me and my sister was watching something, and
hmm
after we finished watching what we was watching, it popped up, and I was like, "What's this?" And and she said like we looked up, and then we had to look to see what it was, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "I never even heard of this before." But he
oh
was on there, and he don't look the same. Um, he was a lot, skinnier. Um, it was definitely two different people compared to like, the body he had after Creed versus um Lovecraft or
oh
whatever.
yeah, oh yeah. That's like
But
before
I
you
would
got
watch it.
yeah.
I
Oh,
watched
it's actually good.
less than 5 minutes of it. Like they literally came off the bus or whatever it was, and that was the end.
Yeah.
That's it. I was like, yeah, it's a no. It's not because I don't like. I just don't care for him. So why would I watch that? Like
It's
probably at
actually.
the time. Huh,
Oh, go
I
ahead.
said
Go ahead.
at the time I probably would have watched it before, you know, before the whole the magazine article, the thing that made me just just
Yeah.
turned off by now
Hmm.
instantly. Before that situation, I probably would have watched that movie or the TV show, but after that situation, anything about him just turns me off instantly.
That's funny. I mean, but you, from a science fiction, that's actually one of the few science fiction shows that consider black people is actually pretty good. I think you enjoy it. I mean, and plus, you wouldn't have to watch it for him. I think, in my opinion, Johnny Smollett steals the show in that. But I think I'm just a biased Journey Smollett fan. I,
No, she's a great actor.
I love, yeah,
It's just
I
just
love me.
because he's in it, it's just a no for me. Like he's in the first 5 minutes of it, it's a no for me. And it's gonna I just refuse. It's the same thing with Game of Thrones. Like I wanna watch it so bad, but it's just I just can't. Like I can't allow myself the opportunity to watch it. It's just it's one of those shows that you feel like the time has already passed.
I am the same way with a couple of shows, like Avatar. It took me a while to watch Avatar. Like,
Okay, okay, so you watched it. I was like, hold on.
I,
What y'all talking about?
I haven't even started the topic yet. We just shooting shit.
Yeah. It's
Sounds
like
about right.
we're just on the phone. We just on the phone talking.
Yeah. Um.
We're gonna what was it? Yeah, like I don't know. All the celebrities do that now. They just be on the phone talking while they on the live.
Yeah. But to fill you in, we were talking about shows that like it's interesting, but I've never watched it. Like for me, is it was Avatar, and but I ended up watching it. Like, but Steven Universe, I like
For
I don't.
me, honestly, it's the boys.
The who?
You would love the boys. The fact that you even said that, you would
It's
love.
like I watched part of the first season, but it's what killed it for me was everyone was talking about it all over the internet and basically telling the fucking story, and that made me not even want to watch the shit.
What that? What's it's called? The Boys, like Boys.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mm,
it's on Amazon Prime.
never heard of it.
If you if you're interested in like superhero type shit, then yeah, because I'm familiar with the comic book that it's based on.
yeah. It's like if superheroes were like fucked up,
The Boys.
like
Think if like the Justice League were corrupt.
or a bunch of assholes. They're not corrupt. They're not really corrupt. They're just a bunch of assholes.
No, they're corrupt as fuck. Don't sugarcoat it. They're corrupt as
No, no,
fuck.
no, 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 no. I don't because I don't feel like they're corrupt. They're just assholes. They know they're better than people because they have superpowers. So it's like a celebrity that uses his shit. Diddy, it's basically Diddy.
You know what?
But
Uh, that's
so
a good example, but also not a good example at the
I
same time.
know,
I don't know how to feel about that analogy.
but that's what I said. It's just like I mean, if they're corrupt, they're more or less corrupt with greed. But it's just like, but they're a bunch of assholes. That's kind of like to me. That's
It's both. They're corrupt assholes.
we can go with that. But yeah. But that the fact that you said the boys, I'm surprised. But
So I watched part of the first season, and again, just people on the internet ruined it for me.
Yeah. Mine was Game of Thrones. I like you know how deployment goes. Like they just be putting up shows
hmm
nonstop. And so I've seen not the whole season one. I've probably seen a few of episode one of the season one. And it looks really good, but for some odd reason, I can never just pull myself to go watch it myself. Like be like, oh, I'm gonna put it on and watch it. And like Game of Thrones is was one like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, they were like two of the biggest series at their time. And like, and I just can't. And I really want to, but I just can't.
My proudest moment on the not on deployment, but I think it was sometime during when we was doing a lot of underways in the Navy after the deployment was getting my birthing to watch The Wire, like all the seasons of The Wire. I
Yeah,
was
that
happy.
was a good
I was happy about that. I even had security because when I moved into security, and then they just needed something to watch, I had the DVDs of The Wire, and people were sitting there watching it, and I was like, I'm sitting there with a big old smile on my face because there's people actually watching this. I was like, oh, yeah.
You know what movie I had got? Like what not movie, but TV series I had got during the deployment
What?
was Everybody Hates Chris. That was my daggone time.
I love that
I
show.
really enjoyed it. Like I don't even know why I enjoyed it so much that I had got the three-piece series. Like this, and I was like, and I used to watch it faithfully to the point where I like recorded. Mm,
You
yeah,
know,
I used to watch it faithfully.
you know who was my favorite character on Everybody Hates Chris? It was Miss Morello.
How?
Huh?
How?
Because okay, I used to say this. There's things that's worse than racism, and there's racially ignorant people. She is the epitome of like racial ignorance
Hmm.
because she wasn't. She wasn't racist, but she just said dumb things that you shouldn't say.
Yeah. Oh, like I don't know how she was. I guess I
Because
guess
I
it was
found it
supposed to
funny
be just
because
naturally funny.
it's to me it was funny because she was trying to do the right thing, but she just kept saying the wrong shit.
Almost all the time. Not all the time, but sometimes she
Like
would say
like
other shit.
my favorite line was she said, "Chris, we're having a fire drill. You're black. You're not fireproof." And I was on the floor. When I say I was on the floor, I was like, "Yo, I don't." It's great, but she was. I mean, other than Julius, Terry Cruz's character, but
Yeah.
No, I have to say, no, I think Tanisha Arnold, if I remember right, I think she really made the show for me. Like she,
no, I
well,
think.
Chris made the show too. They
I
all
mean,
made the show, but I feel like Tanisha, she really killed it for me.
oh no, I
She
think that
was funny.
I think the I think the casting is perfect. You know, you're going to have your favorites.
Okay.
The casting is perfect. Everybody did their thing, but it was something about Mrs. Morello that shit had me laughing all the time. My other one of my favorite episodes when Chris was like he was trying to be a bad boy to get all the girls' attention, and he was working, and he went into the restaurant and the same restaurant his parents was, and then like his and Chris's mother was yelled his name, go Chris, and she goes, and Chris goes, what? And he turned around, he realized we said what to.
I remember that episode.
And it just flashed forward into him in the hospital with a shoe up his ass. And the doctor said, "You're going to have to lose that shoe." It's just-
That show just ended so early. It was like I came back from the deployment, it was done. I was like so mad.
no, I think that the show ended right where it needed to be.
No, it ended early. Like I felt like it still could have been it still could have kept on going. They just stopped it. And I was like, but why?
That you may be right because that was also around the time where
You got to.
no UPN became the CW and they was merging.
Oh
And you know what happens when you get new management, they want to kick something out. They'll take some things out, and basically all the WB shows made it, and none of the UPN black shows kind of made it. So
Uh,
at least that's what Tashina Arnold said that
yeah.
herself. It's just like
We're really showing our age because a lot of people don't even This what was before the CW. Mm,
You damn one.
like
Yeah.
a lot of people think the TV show like the game just popped up on BET. I'm like, bruh,
Now
nothing.
now that show right there is a show I can't like. I'm sorry, I tried. I hate that shit.
What?
Oh, I loved it
What show?
before BET took it.
The game, the game.
Oh, it wasn't terrible.
It was terrible.
No, once BET took it, it was terrible. I'll have to agree to that
I,
because they were just doing too much. Like y'all be trying to act like black people characters should be doing too much. Like why we always got to be extreme? Why we can't just be regular black people?
I didn't even watch it when it got to BET. I thought the UPN part was terrible, especially which Maori twin was it? I keep I think it was
What's
Tia.
that?
It was Tia, right?
I
Mm-hmm.
believe it
Oh,
was. Yeah.
Yeah, the character Melanie. I swear, I wanted to put my foot in her ass.
not med school.
Yeah, man, school. She was the worst. She she was the worst at like unbearable, especially like after the third season when she kind of like moved on and Derwin had another kid, and then she was basically mad that he wanted to be a father to the kid. And
I blame that entirely on, from that season forward is what you're talking about is when it got bad. I blame that entirely on bad writing.
Mm-hmm.
I blame that. I blame all of that on bad writing and the actors just doing what they can with the bullshit they were handing.
Yeah.
yes, because she was unbearable. After that, she was
They
very
they they wrote her as a shit character, and Miss Maury played the hell out of that garbage ass character.
Yeah, she was good in the beginning. Like the first three seasons, it was okay. It was good the first two seasons. I was like, yeah, this is it. Third season, fourth season, once it got to BET, it was out of control. It was like, I guess when they start adding a bunch of extra celebrities too, oh, they just be doing too much.
what was it?
But yeah,
Laura London, Brandy, a bunch of other people.
she just be throwing up. That had no reason to be
And
there.
these were characters who, toward the end of the series, wouldn't even be relevant to the show.
Exactly.
Eh,
Yeah, I couldn't get to the game. I'm sorry. It was just, I know because I know a lot of people love the game. I was like, I tried. I tried.
Again, it was good until they got transferred to BET, and then that's when whatever shitty writers BET had in charge took over and ruined the fucking show.
You know what's the sad part? Because I love girlfriends. You like girlfriends was my shit. Like even then after Jill Marine Jones left, it got stupid as well. But that's just me. I just realized we went about 45 minutes and we still haven't even got to a topic. So
Shit.
uh,
And
okay,
you're
so
not recording or nothing. This is just us sitting here.
oh no, I'm
I
recording.
know we've been
Oh
recording a
shit.
long time ago.
Yeah, we've been
But it's
recording.
cool. We just chill. Like
Yeah.
we on the phone. We having a regular phone conversations.
Yeah. So all right, let's get to the first topic, and I want to talk about the WNBA because I think they're fucking up the church's money, especially with
Ugh,
the way they've been
not
doing
the
Caitlin
church's
Clark
money.
lately, and to like them beating her the fuck up, to her not being on the team USA, to you know her basically you could tell like I don't want to say they're hating on her because she's white, but I think they are hating on her because I feel like they should be the ones that bring the revenue in, and Caitlin Carr's bringing the revenue in, and I feel like they hating on her for that. But what do you think?
I, feel like it's they're being spiteful. Like it's not even like they're doing stuff just because anymore. At this point, it's just purely they're all spiteful. It's like bunch of has-beens. Like y'all been to the Olympics, what they said 7 times already, and not once did anybody in this world, like I'm gonna say everybody, because some people was watching it, but no one really knew about it. Like we didn't even know y'all made it 7 times. The people that that's the new people that's watching y'all and like paying attention to the WNBA, a lot of us didn't even know y'all were there. Like no one even was paying attention to the women's game like that. So, and then for y'all to like cut Caitlyn, it's because there's a possibility that she might not be able to have playing time, so y'all don't want the media to like feel some type of way about her not being able to play or whatever the reason was. And then there was also like, which confused me, is like, okay, you have 3 players who barely played this season. Like to be honest, mm, only one out of the 3 just started playing with last week,
Something
and
like
you
that.
have a few players that is like Enrique. I don't understand why she wasn't listed on there from the Dallas. I was just like, how she didn't make it if she's leading in the point sector, but you're claiming that y'all doing this because y'all want to win gold again for the to make it a consecutive win. And what Andrea said, like, well, when they had to, the preliminary one, they went against, I guess, Australia, and um, Sui was the one to make that like buzzer win, or whatever the case may be. So
Hmm.
clearly, the girls y'all have now ain't that great, and y'all bringing a bunch of extras that's not that great. And so, what bringing Caitlyn gonna affect y'all, and how? So, like, what if y'all do lose? Because clearly, I was struggling just preliminaries. So, what if y'all do lose? What the world's gonna say then? They're gonna be like, well, if y'all had brought Caitlyn, y'all probably wouldn't have lost. But what if y'all do win and she plays some games and she helps y'all out? Like, but to be spiteful, to bring most of the injury list, y'all had half, like, let's be honest, there was a lot of injured players on the list. And, and Diana Taurasi, like they call her the dinosaur, whatever it is.
Hmm.
She's great defense. I'm not gonna pretend like she ain't head blocking, ain't shoving, ain't knocking somebody's tooth out. With her 40-year-old defense, like she is the Draymond Green of the situation, point blank period. But I'm just like, I think she deserves to be there. Um, Stewie deserves to be there. Asia deserves to be there. Like all the girls, yeah, they deserve to be there. But let's be honest, it's a lot of injured lists on there. And what they're gonna sit on the bench for injury? Like if your injured list can't even assist you, if your players are tired, why bring them? Like why would I bring a cripple? Let me stop before I put somebody off. Stop messing about here. I'm about disability people.
Like, like you said, they're being spiteful.
Yeah.
But,
See,
go ahead.
this is about one thing. This girl, Caitlin Clark, has done what several other women before her have tried to do and failed, and that's make the WNBA relevant.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the animosity comes from. They wanted to be the ones to bring that, that fame, that spotlight, that extra, you know, income, and the benefits and the flights and all of that. They wanted to be the big hero.
They might have. It might not have been as fast as it is now. But I think eventually, because let's be honest, Asia, that whole last year with her screaming Usher, like, because we won, and she was like toasted after the final championship game, and she was like, Usher, you better make sure, you like, bring me on stage or whatever, or dance with me or whatever, whatever. Like, that was a big moment for the W. Like, no offense to Brittany Griner or whatever the case she may be. Um, her getting locked up in Russia.
All that did was make them look bad.
Yeah, but
Especially,
her getting
and
locked up,
it's not even the fact that her getting locked up. It's how the situation got handled that made them look bad.
yeah, but her getting locked up in Russia brought nothing to the game. The season, this following season that she was here, no one still cares. First of all, the girl looked like a big old man. So, and let's be real honest. Most when you think of women basketball player, you think of lesbians and dykes. So, for the longest, I didn't even think there was a straight woman that was on a basketball, let alone high school basketball team, college basketball team, or the WNBA. Because half of them, yeah, they have kids, but a lot of them was dating women and IVF and it up. So it was a fathom to see, there was girls who wasn't bull dyking it up. So like to see Angel Reese, to see like Caitlin Clark, who who have shown that they date guys. Now I don't know if they closet lesbians or whatever the case may be. I don't know. That's not my business. But it just lets you know that there's not all, because other than that, we just thought all of them was in the lady pond. And if one of them ain't in the lady pond, we don't know because it ain't advertised enough. Them girls ain't posting up they man, they man, they man, they man. Um, so I understand why they could be feeling some type of way because they put in a lot of work and where they started versus where they at. If you remove Caitlin Clark, where they started versus where they at, they still had a couple more, about 5 or 10 more years before they would have got there. Um, but they're here now. Like Taylor has opened up the doors. Yeah, y'all want to call her the white savior or whatever, whatever, whatever. Whatever label y'all want to give her, y'all better cash these things to the bank. Just keep cashing it at the bank. Just keep cashing it. Call her the white savior. Um,
I don't know about all
trash it again.
that. Call it anything but that, please. Whoever hears
No,
this.
no, that's what
That's what they're
they're
calling her.
saying.
That's what they're saying.
They're saying that the only reason why people are like clinging to her is because she's like that white savior. So that's why they're not clinging to the black girls like Angel Reese. They're clinging to Angel Reese, but the thing is, Angel, first of all, I'm gonna be real messy. Angel Reese wasn't popping. Like, and yeah, she's a great basketball player, but she wasn't popping. When they had the finals, what, 2 years ago that they won their championship for the NCAA championship, who was on all the advertising? Flage. She was on every advertising billboard in regards to that game coming up. She was the spokesperson for every advertising for that game coming up. She brought between her and Boosie, constantly talking about it, brought a lot of people to that finals game. So yeah, it was hot in Dallas. Okay. Angel did the whole thing in front of Caitlyn's face, but let's be honest. If she didn't do that, people probably still wouldn't have, because American Got Talent, they went on their social media page and said, Friday, congratulations for going to the finals. Oh, we're so proud and excited. So, boom, American Got Talent group is now watching the game because they're like, oh, she had the golden buzzer, right? The girl been a star. So, Angel, like, yeah, you've been a great player for life. You've been trash talking for life. Since you've been playing, you've been doing that. But nobody was noticing you before. Flau'jae is the only one that's still working as an NCAA. She's going to interviews. She's constantly working to make sure like the game is still alive. Like so Caitlin Clark is talented. Like her work ethic, her shooting ability, you can see the work she puts in. Like Angel, when she shoots, it just be you be shocked. What like how did she make that? Because like her hand angles, like I don't know, like it be looking like it's by mistake. Like nothing seems like it's, oh man, that should have happened. But she's good for TV. But to like to feel like she's now begging for people to see her greatness is crazy to me. People are just getting ready to start, pushing you out there to let people know, like, well, Angels has like, has that star effect. And you turned around and said, well, people are coming to see me also. Girl, why did you do that? Like now you begging because you feel like it's giving jealous. And a lot of these girls is jealous because at the end of the day, it's taking Caitlyn Clark and people now noticing these other girls and these other talents that already existed. And they feel some type of way because they should have already been noticed. Like you don't need to like y'all don't need to just now notice me. Y'all should have already known me. Like I'm not gonna give Caitlyn Clark any, you know, kudos for making sure people notice I existed. But you got to give her a little bit of thanks because was nobody watching y'all games. And still, after when she's not playing against y'all, ain't nobody watching it. Like people are not, they're not tuned in for y'all. Like y'all social media presence is not there compared to like the Las Vegas Aces that has like a social media presence. Their team, their players, you know, are hyped. Kaden Clark. Yeah, she's the only person really on the field that people are checking for on a team that's, struggling. But, her teammates, sometimes you wonder if they be hating too secretly. But then sometimes they surprise you. So I don't know what be real or what be fake with them. Angel Reese in the Chicago Skies and the Kennedy Carter or whatever, all of a sudden now they want to be like was it the Pistons?
The bad boy pistols.
Yeah, all of a sudden now the Chicago want to be the bad boy Chicago Sky. Like, Angel, you was just on the Humble Tour. Talking about, I'm so grateful for being here. I just want to learn from my vets. And now all of a sudden, the same girl who ran and sat her tail down when Flau'jae got knocked out, like got shoved by Cardosa, is the same one now all of a sudden, girl, you're fighting.
Hmm. Me personally, I just this is not to sound sexist, B, but this is kind of prove why like women don't really vibe with each other. There's a whole thing about women not vibing with each other. This is like the perfect example because in a time where y'all should be taking advantage and making all this money and y'all finally getting charter flights and y'all finally getting people eyes on the WNBA which y'all wanted and then you finally got people making livable wages and livable money. Y'all do everything to almost fuck it up. Yes, the one thing they tell you, I think it, I've never taken a business class, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the one thing they tell you to do is protect your investment.
see, the
Mhm.
word you're looking for is self sabotage. First of all, the term you're looking for is self sabotage.
Yeah, I can see it. But I think the funny thing is, I feel like they know they're doing it. I don't know. Does that count as self sabotage? Because I feel like
Yes, yes. And the fact that you know what you're doing and you're still hurting yourself makes it worse.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, I know she brings us the
Again,
money.
this isn't about the money. This is about the fact that they want to be the one to, bring the views and the exposure. They wanted to be the it girl that everyone was talking about. And then all of a sudden here comes this random skinny white bitch.
Yeah, but I
I
mean, if
I have to I understand what you're trying to say. Like, is it self-sabotage? Because the thing is, these girls, it's not that they know that they're doing
Like,
whatever. These girls really in their mind, they don't want to give her
like
credit because they feel like they've
look,
been there. Like they
long
did
story
it.
short with this whole thing, you kind of over explained it earlier, material, but it's envy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're jealous. Oh, big time. And I would
Yeah,
be
like I
too.
said, you over explained it
Oh,
a little bit, but for the most of what you said was spot on.
and if I was the same old like vets and 8 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever in
No,
my career.
and then see, you just said the key right there. The veterans are the ones who need to get behind this girl.
No, wait, you didn't let me finish. I said if I would feel the same type of way like they feel. If I was 8 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in my career, been hustling, been moving, been rocking numbers, and then all of a sudden you got this little child who just jumped in the door and boom, all of a sudden it's like none of my accolades existed. And
But
what they're failing to realize is
see,
people are
even
now
still,
noticing them. And a lot of like, let's be honest, a lot of us, I didn't know half of these girls. Child,
you knew
if
more
they
than
was
me.
on, I know Lisa Leslie because she was on, let's be honest, Love and Basketball. You know how when they had when the girl went to NBA, WNBA and stuff like that. Um, she was part of some of the teams and stuff. I knew, what's her name? The one that just retired, Candace Parker, because she's that girl. But but then again, they both were black, so it's probably hard for me to know a bunch of the white players because I don't pay it. I wouldn't have paid attention to them.
I knew Rebecca Lobo.
I don't even know who that is.
like,
She used to be the center for the New York Liberties. It's like when the
Um,
league first started. I knew who Rebecca Lobo is.
see,
She was like the tallest woman in the WNBA at one point.
I didn't even know who John Staley was
nah,
until
but
I did. I knew who Don Saylor was.
oh, wait, can y'all hear
that's what
me?
I'm trying to tell you is all these like professors, these people are like considered to be legends and gold. But I couldn't tell you what year, season, or whatever. I didn't know, like, I really, until like
Hello?
last year or the year before, because I didn't even know she had the year before she had an undefeated season and lost to Caitlyn. And I didn't know that this year I was like, when I started seeing her, I was like, wow, she real good. Oh, she good, good.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been. I've
Yeah,
been through.
my shit started tripping.
Hey, father.
I was yeah, because I was starting to say something, but yeah, y'all couldn't hear me.
No, I heard you the whole time.
Oh shit. But yeah, um,
You.
what was I saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
We was talking
Oh
about the
yeah, yeah,
girls
yeah,
being
yeah,
jealous.
yeah, yeah. But no, to touch on something you were saying a few minutes ago. what really needs to happen, assuming everybody can get past their feelings and their jealousy and realize that there's a bigger picture thing going on here. There's a chance to actually turn the WNBA into something after all these years. The veteran players need to rally behind this girl Caitlin.
Their own teammates need to rally behind her because there's
But
no reason she should be beaten up like that and no one her aid.
it
You,
don't matter.
no, 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 no. Jordan had Charles Oakley. Um, the Bad Boys Pistons had each other. You think anybody touch like that? You crazy? Yeah, if you think anybody touching Isaiah like that, you crazy. You think anybody touches Jordan like that, you crazy. Ain't nobody touching him like that.
But you gotta remember, these girls are not are not like that. Like we may
They
want them to be like that,
Right.
but they ain't like that. First of all,
they better learn. They better
uh-uh.
learn.
They're not gonna learn that.
They,
That's just gotta be something that's in you. Like that gotta be something that's in you. Like first of all, Aaliyah Boston, she just got baptized. That girl is not about to get out of character. It's not happening. Like and low key, like I don't know, like I don't think her teammates like I think they've come to an understanding that this is good for the game. Like even though like Caitlin's getting toppled and demolished and everything, but guess what? People are talking about it because they're getting frustrated, and eventually the WNBA is gonna have to change the rules, just like the NBA, and they gon' that's gonna be the only way to survive. Eventually the WNBA, either the person who's in charge of it right now is going to have to change for the WNBA to continue to grow because it's just impossible to grow with somebody who's incapable of watching the team grow. Right. Because there's no reason for the WNBA to be always behind. Like you knew Caitlyn was coming. Y'all should have already had all the TV deals already lined up prior to her first game. It's not like now we still have deals going on. The charter flight started
But
after the
everything you just said involves money, and the WNBA ain't got money like that, and you know it.
they just this year, like they've been in a positive.
They
Like
they're
Tia,
only they're only just shit. I hit my mute button by mistake. They're only just making like money
so
recently.
signing a deal cost them $0. It brings dollars in. So you tell me they couldn't the ESPN deal that they signed, the Prime deal that they signed after the season started. Those were that's what I'm saying. They keep on doing things after the fact. You knew that Clayton Clark was here. Y'all should have been pushing these deals. A bidding war should have already been started because first of all, Clayton Iowa game that wasn't even like the final fours, the final eight, anything like it was like the very first game was on ABC. ABC paid for it and got it on their thing to watch all her games in the beginning half of like the 16, right? The WNBA could have did the same thing. Y'all could have had her preseason game already, paid for, you know, billions of dollars already scheduled in prior to like all these girls' games. Y'all should have been. Because once people start to know who exists, you're gonna create new fan bases for these people and stuff like that. But y'all had five teams that have people that like them, like Steph Curry's goddaughter or whatever. Not she's like the mom is her godmom. And that's Steph Curry's mom. but it's just like, hold up, Brinks, Cameron Brinks,
Hmm.
but it's just like really, like y'all are so behind. First of all, the girl is tall as hell, and like she's she
That's the
knows
one that
stuff.
was in that commercial with him, right?
Yeah, and she knows
Okay,
stuff
I
that
know who you're
that
talking about.
certain people, like they're considered to be family, but not real family. But they're family. So it's like all these players y'all got are like big time players. Angel Reese, her and Shaq is like best of friends. Um, Cameron Breeze, that's Steph Curry's, like they're in the loop. Like Steph Curry mom was at um the draft day. So it's like y'all know these people are gonna come. So y'all should have been putting in over, or like working on overtime. Like y'all should have been asking, because I know for a fact there's probably a bunch of companies that would have gladly wanted to like take the charter bids for y'all to like take them places just so you can put them on there like, oh, this is the company we're using. But if you're not understanding how business works, then that's just where you come. And I feel like whoever's the commissioner of the WNBA, she just sucks at this moment. Like she was moving at a slow pace, and that's why they've been moving at this slow pace forever. So they need someone who understands how things operate to move them to the next level.
I just think they just need to pull up their big boy panties and then just suck it up. It's like I'm pretty sure Jordan wasn't liked at the beginning, but
Oh no.
when they noticed that he was making them money, and then other people started making them money, you know what they call the trickle down effect. He's like, if
Mhm.
he's getting 20, now I can see Asia Wilson, who has been what the two times MVP, two times Finals MVP, can ball her ass off. I can see her making something out of it. And then there's other stars like Alyssa Thomas. I know who that is. I think she went to the University of Maryland. There's other,
Mhm.
I honestly, if I was Candace Parker, I would have stayed there for one more year just so
Well,
she could
Candace
get this
is
money.
beyond injured.
Um,
And I'm glad she left. No offense to her and stuff like that. But it's like she was beyond injured. Like she fought, like she was already battling injury the last season, and
mhm.
like barely even got to play towards the end of the season. So if she was gonna hold the spot this year, that would just be wasted on time. Like, so I'm glad she left because she realized like her health, she's just not gonna be able to play this year. I'm not gonna hold the injured spot just because. Like,
Yeah,
and it's a
but
few people on Aces that's holding injured spot just because.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, now that Caitlin Clark does have eyes on the league, instead of being jealous, you need to be like, well, you think Caitlin Clark is good, you should see Asia Wilson. You think Caitlin Clark is good, you should see Alyssa Thomas. You think he can Brianna Stewart, the Della Dons, and so you know that's
But
what it
that's the
should.
thing, it's happening for them though. Like,
In
wherever
other
she goes,
words, the rest of the league needs to step their game up. This is the exposure they've been wanting.
Yeah, because it was like if she's given the league the notice, you should be like, okay, I need to get them to notice my game. Just like
See,
so
this is no different than how the NBA came up. Someone had to come through and be that spark to get everyone's eyes on this sport.
yeah, it was burning
yeah.
magic. It was burning magic, and then and then like when it came to burning magic, then you saw Dr. J, and then you saw Layla on Michael Jordan, and then Michael Jordan spawned a bunch of other players, your
And then
AI.
even before that, you saw the likes of Wilt Chamberlain and a couple of others.
Mhm.
Well, Wilt Chamberlain
But
had a bunch of holes. That's why all the people Wilt Chamberlain
He
get
had
30,000.
them hoes for a reason. He had them hoes for a reason.
I think I think
30,000
That man, okay, that
30
man was balling.
30,000 holes and counting. Right. That was real.
He had them hoes for a reason. That man was on the basketball court balling.
Yeah, Will was putting up numbers on and off the court.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like
On
I,
the basketball court, dunking on niggas and in hotel rooms dunking on some pussy.
the more of the story is, it's just like, and I see the men get it, and I feel like the men are trying to tell the women this, and it just seems like the women don't care. It's just like, yo, I need to really need to rally behind this chick, especially. But I honestly, I think it starts with the team, the Fever, because if I'm correct, they still have the worst record in the league, other than the Mystics.
oof.
And
But I think the men start to realize, like, the thing is, the men are like, I don't know how many years in at this point.
That's the other thing that makes it kind of it is that the men's side has been trying to help the women and uh
But that's what I'm saying.
motherfuckers. Oh shit.
go ahead, Dion.
Um, I don't forgot what the fuck I was saying.
Any
We
last
were
words?
talking about, wait, let me say
Yeah.
this. So the W is like, I don't know how many, what, 20, 30, 40, whatever, how many years in, like 100, whatever. But they failed to realize in the beginning years, um, no one was like, welcoming Michael Jordan in when he first when he officially started changing the game. No one was welcoming him in. Like, to be honest, they was like his whole team was screwing him over.
They was on cocaine.
Um,
Whole team was on cocaine.
yes, that's what he said. They was always high. Like, they was literally just behind him, and they wasn't getting paid that much. Like, we tend to forget that they wasn't getting paid nothing, to be honest. Um, they was getting paid the same prices the girls are getting paid now.
Cocaine.
When you look at Michael's his contract, like,
They was getting
by
paid
the
at
time
eight
he
balls of
left.
coke.
Yeah, by
Cocaine's a
the
hell of a
time he
drug.
left the game and everything like that, his contract wasn't like compared to what's going on now. And that's why these guys now understand the business, the vets and stuff that's speaking out for Caitlin Clark and everything. Because they understand the business of the NBA. They understand exactly how the money is being, like, created, and how it's being like, so that's why they stand behind these rookie classes, because the thing is, these rookie classes are bringing these new fan bases, and people love them, and they want to always have somebody as a face. That's why all these kids was like drawn to John Morant. What was it, last year? But he was doing too much, and he is now Ant-Man is like the new face, and so it's like they understand the business, and so they're fighting for Caitlin because they understand the business. They want to see the WNBA win, but at the end of the day, you gotta remember is these girls, they can't understand the business because they've never understood business to begin with. So they're sitting here and they're still just playing the game. They're just having fun. They're just, at work. That's it. They're not understanding that, more eyes and everything. They're thinking this slow pace is just cool. But, like, at the end of the day, if once you understand the business, they would have been fighting harder to have Tatum there, because at the end of the day, to be international, and it's just like, what was it when they had Kobe come with LeBron? Like, I think it was like the dream team for the NBA for the was
The
it
Redeem
the
team.
Olympics?
The
Yeah,
Olympic.
when they had Kobe come, because at the end of the day, even though they probably didn't want Kobe there, Kobe is still that dude. Like, he's one of the biggest international superstars. Like, he can go to any country in like any country, and they will welcome him with, I mean, big arms. Not now because he's not around no more. But you know what I mean. Like, so that's why they had him on the team, even though they got like kind of low key was hating him.
Shoot,
Like,
Kobe. The funny thing is, Kobe was still the hardest working player on that team.
exactly. But when you watch the Netflix special about the Dream Team and how the redemption season, whatever the case may be,
Oh, that's the
they didn't.
Redeem. That's the Redeem team. They call that the
Yeah, they
Redeem.
didn't want Kobe on there. Like, but they needed him because at the end of the day, he's fans' favorite. Like, they was trying to shut him out for the longest.
You ain't
But
shutting.
at the end of the day, the fans love him. You
You ain't
can't.
shutting out Kobe. I get it. I get what you're saying, but you know damn well they ain't shutting out Kobe.
Yeah, so it's just like y'all trying to. I know for a fact it's gonna become too tough. Like to be honest, you have some injured players. Like we don't need an injured reserve at the Olympics. Like you have good players that could have went instead of these injured reserve. And it's like you're trying to justify, it, but let's be honest, it's not justifiable.
Okay. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Don't block your blessings.
Don't block your blessings. Don't block your blessings, indeed. Okay. I wanted. I wanted. I don't know if Father can speak. I know he's still working. By the way, Father done into the chat. But have y'all heard about this random Street Fighter controversy that's been going on?
Huh?
Right at the airport.
No, Street Fighter the game, like the game Street Fighter.
Oh,
No, but I'm curious.
Okay. Obviously, so Street Fighter is in their second season, and they just introduced M Bison in his gameplay. So during the gameplay,
Wait, they released Bison already?
well, the gameplay version, he's not going to be released till like the 22nd. But
Oh, okay.
there's already gameplay. They had the gameplay trailer of him. So
Yeah, I see the trailers. Bison look tough.
yeah. So during that trailer, there's a move he did where he basically put his knee on Gal's neck, and there was black people that was outraged because it reminded him of George Floyd.
Oh, don't do that.
So, so there's been the
That's
type
not
of
entirely true. That's not entirely true. Black people weren't upset. It was just one or two niggas that just so happened to go viral.
thank you. But yeah, one or two niggas that went viral and basically brought it up. So I wanted come to the panel. Y'all opinions was like, was it justified, or do you think my man was doing too much?
There's just certain things that just don't need to bleed into other realms. This is no disrespect to that situation and the family of George Floyd or whatever, but it's just can we the fuck not? How often do you hear people talk about keeping politics out of gaming? So with this situation, just can we not?
but I'm kind of confused. Like,
Um,
what's because of George Floyd now all of a sudden that move became controversial? Because in my head, I feel like Street Fighter they've always had that type of move where somebody's like, so I don't know. I have to see it to understand exactly what makes this one different than
I
the other two.
mean,
hold
Or
on,
is it
I got.
just because George
I
Floyd
mean, can
is
you
the
put on the trailer for her to check it out?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Just see what they're talking about.
If I can find the picture, because I'm pretty sure someone has the image. Yep, found it. Okay. Let me share the screen.
Are you showing the footage?
I'm basically showing the picture. You know, hopefully it pop up. It just shit. Oh wait, it's right here. Can you see it? Material life, like right here.
What? Oh, I see the neck. I was like, it looked like you're on his shoulder, but I guess that's the neck. So what makes this so terrible though?
Uh, 'cause,
Thank you for asking the right question, material. Like, what does make this so terrible?
Because I was legit about to say I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, like if that's one of the moves that this player that you pick has, ain't that a black person too? Like it's like two black people against each other.
no, that's the crane. Um,
He just look brass.
no, M Bison's like he's from Thailand, but that's Gao, and Gao, Gao's white. He's the white dude with the big old blonde fade. But
Yeah, hair sticking up in the air and shit.
yeah, so
They just be doing too much at this point. 'Cause nothing about that picture, that image, or anything. At this point, I just feel like people be complaining because they want to be the first. They want to be seen. They want to be famous. Like I don't really think people be complaining for real reasons. I truly believe they just want to be famous. Like in real life, want to be a superstar celebrity. So they start complaining or like making these viral videos
Hold
hoping
up, the
they
fuck
go
happened to
viral.
Ray?
I think he's still here.
No, the fuck he ain't.
Did he lose
It,
himself in
it,
trying
it's
to make
you,
money?
me, and Fada on my screen. Where the fuck is Ray?
I think he fell off because of trying to take the image off. It accidentally let him go. Did Jesse get you in trying to take out the image?
it didn't shut my whole thing down. But for for the
There
look
we
of
go.
it, but go ahead, say what you was gonna say.
I was saying that I feel like people be trying to like they just want to be famous. Like no one really have an issue. They're just hoping to get viral because like this new era of social media and like people realize that they can make money from social media. It's like they don't know how to act no more. Like at this point, everyone's going for a moment. There's nothing about that image that screamed racial anything. Like, first of all, y'all don't care about George Floyd that much. Because if y'all really did, y'all would do better. So don't try to use him to it's just so annoying. Let me get off because then they're gonna start calling me Candace Owen or like I hate black people or some shit. I don't know. Because they probably get real mad because I just said I don't think people care about George Floyd so much for real. Well, let me just mind my business. They do them. They got it. Don't hear protests. Keep on advertising that game. Keep on doing it. Protest some more. I'm
Okay.
done. I got nothing.
Do you have anything to say?
Hello.
Father.
Nope.
Okay.
Like I said, like I said, I don't see what the problem is.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. All right. So real quick, I just want to say, first off, nigga, there are so many motherfucking worse moves.
Yeah, I see it. Thank
So
you.
many worse moves.
You know what's funny?
So many worse moves. Like play
Hangs the
Astaroth and
person.
Soul Calibur 2. That shit is worse than anything by Tanzania.
Roletta literally hangs a person in one of his moves. So,
And
material
then
life.
there's Poison who literally uses an actual whip on people.
Yeah. So,
I mean, yeah, but you know, there's plenty of whip characters. There's Whip from KOF. There's a character in K-1 literally called Whip. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Niggas have been
Yeah.
shot. Niggas have been cut in half. Like, bro, Mortal Kombat is a whole thing. And Bison put his knee on somebody's neck, and the first thing you think of is George Floyd. I don't think Capcom has the problem. I think you have the motherfucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the least, that was like not on my mind at all when I saw the movie. I thought it was just Bison being brutal, but unfortunately, we do live in a society. So niggas made the fucking connection. And of course, you're gonna have some, losers, put in DJ or put in Kimberly and put in Bison and then make it like a George Floyd meme or whatever. But nigga,
No,
it's the
what they're
internet.
gonna do is they're gonna change the color of Bison's costume, whatever, make it blue so it resembles a police uniform, and then go from there. And then it's just insert black character here.
You know what's funny?
Yeah,
Me
I mean,
excited.
bro, like at this particular point in time, like people have already been meaning that to the type of shit that I've seen. I saw one person, he drew a cartoon of George Floyd's soul leaving his body, like during. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always gonna be people that's gonna be making fun of it. But like you taking a video game because it resembles the incident, like come on, bro. Ain't nobody really tripping off this shit. Trust me, no one is really tripping off this.
Yeah, that's It's funny that you mentioned that because me and Sean will say the same thing. I say if anything, people are going to like since you put it up, people are just going to put it in your face now. Like since that bother you, it's like, and then you're going to have trolls that's just going to be doing it, call it the George Floyd meme.
Is Ray
It's
in the
a,
Matrix? Ray, where you at?
Oh, and then shit. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, shit, there's a whole Mortal Kombat character that's an actual police officer.
Curtis Stryker, America's finest.
can you hear me?
What is that? What is that?
Am I coming in
It's a
clear?
cop in a video game. You know who else is a cop?
No, what that high pitch? Am I the only one that hears that?
I
No,
hear it
that's
too.
just my thing.
Can
That's my workplace. No, I cannot
oh,
turn it on.
okay.
I can move, but
Uh, I was gonna say, is there a way to make that stop?
Am I coming in clear? Am I coming in
can't
clear?
have
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, what I was
Damn,
saying
I
is now
really
you
can't
gonna
have shit. Something always interrupting me. Something always fucking. Damn.
yeah. What I was saying is now you're gonna have people trolling you with the move is talking about the George
Yeah,
Floyd
but
meet.
anyway, as I was saying, there's another cop. Her name is Chun Li. Like Chun Li's literally in the game. You know what I'm saying, bro? This is a non-issue. This is literally a non-issue.
Right.
It's a video game, nigga. Bruh, if you seen the type of shit that I've seen when it comes to video games, this is tame. Like, bruh, you'll be fine. Nigga, you ever got 5 stars in GTA 5? Nigga, that's worse than anything Bison gonna do to you.
Bro, you thinking, you know how many,
Shit.
No, I don't think you understand. I was in a motherfucking helicopter, and one of the cops on the ground shot me in the head. Real talk.
With what weapon?
Nigga, a regular handgun. It was one of the regular cops.
So he popped you out of a helicopter in the head with a pistol.
Yes.
Ain't no way.
I believe it.
Even if it's a
Bro,
computer.
I said the same motherfucking thing, but you know what confirmed it? The big ass wasted on my screen when it happened.
An NPC shouldn't be able to shoot like that. What the fuck?
No, but my point is GTA 5 cops are built different. Like they're coded to be like that. That's why it's very difficult to get rid of 5 stars. It's possible. You can absolutely do it. It's just hard.
I was gonna say, shit. You want to talk about going out in gruesome ways in video games? Have you ever played Dead Space?
Not only have I played Dead Space, but I've seen a compilation of all the deaths.
Those are brutal. Those are
I,
very
I, I'm not going to go any further. Y'all already know what's up.
yeah. Those are brutal. Especially the ones that
Good game,
take
by the way. I recommend it.
yeah, especially the ones that like take over your body and then like then uses your body, and then as a human work, I was like, yo,
Yeah, I think Ray's in the Matrix
For
right
me,
now.
it's anything that works from the inside out. Because it's like you have to feel whatever that is crawling around inside you, doing whatever the hell it's doing to you. And then it's that final moment where it decides to make its own exit. And it's just, all you can do is just lay there and bleed.
Well, thank you, Dion, for that wonderful explanation.
The point is, there's
And
worse things than this whole thing with Street Fighter.
yes, um, but I feel like we talked about this. I mean, do you have any last words for this? Brouhaha?
yeah, stop it, get some help.
Find something important to talk about. Otherwise, shut up.
Okay, let me look at the list. The next thing that I want to talk
All
about.
right, on to our next topic because Ray, I think he's still in the Matrix. If Ray can hear me, you
I
know,
can hear you, but
I'm
am
uh,
I?
I'm gonna
I
hold him
can
down.
I I can hear both of y'all.
Really?
Yeah, I hear
Oh
you
shit!
and
So
Ray
it's
perfectly fucking
oh
fine.
my
So
god! I am so sorry, Ray. I cannot hear you. I'm gonna go back and
Yeah, I thought I was talking.
and unless material disappeared,
No,
No,
Ray was he
all
just
right.
oh,
got
okay,
Hello,
I
cut
can
off.
hear
hello,
her.
It was so
Okay,
funny. Like, can y'all
I
hello.
hear me?
am I coming in
hear.
better? Am I coming
Oh,
in
there
better?
you are. There you know. I had to fucking. Jitsi is a motherfucker. I'm a. Mm,
We gonna have to start doing this shit to like Uvu or some shit.
no,
Uh,
bro. I literally could not hear Ray like at all. I thought he was gone this entire time.
No, I was
no,
saying stuff.
like, can y'all hear me?
he
He
was
was like
he was
talking at the
talking the whole time, and I was like, no, I hear both of y'all. Something's up between the two of y'all.
It wasn't until you said that though, because I could not hear Ray at all. As a matter of fact, he was muted on my end.
same thing.
It,
The
which
same.
I can
which
hear.
I don't understand because again, he talking to me material just fucking fine.
Nigga, I understand because I've been dealing with Jitsi longer than y'all. This motherfucker got it in for me. Me and Jitsi have a long ass motherfucking history.
This app be tripping. This app do be tripping.
But
Oh,
yeah, I
Oh,
apologize.
All you can hear is Ray was like, can y'all hear me?
I need
it's
something to snack on, and I done ate most of my fucking, not most of all of my shit.
it's fine. On to our next topic. Y'all, y'all know about the fiasco with the guy and the whole driver's license thing, and him doing.
Oh, yes. Oh my God, that is weird.
That's that's a story. Because you're talking about the follow-up video I sent you on that whole ordeal, right?
Yeah, not only that,
Yeah.
it was like at one point he was in court before a suspended license, and then come to find out that shit should have been appealed like 2 years ago, and then come to find out this man never
He,
had a driver's license in the first place, and
That was
and it's like the whole thing is weird. So it was like he was in the wrong at the whole time. So I wanted to come to the panel. It's like, how did y'all feel about that whole story?
you know what? This is how I feel about that. This frustrates me because I was like, I had to put in a lot of work to get this regular driver's license. Like I had to do 3-point turns. I had to back in parallel park. And then you watch people get on this mother freaking road and just act like they have 0 sense. And it's like they easily, like, who passed these motherfuckers? So why did I have to work so hard for a driver's license when anybody can get one? A goddamn child can get a driver's license. Some of them have impeccable driving skills driving their drunk family members around. So why in the world is y'all testing us for these damn driver's license? Because clearly the test ain't equal. And so, yeah. Then I had to wait 1 year for a regular test to get my permit. Then y'all make me wait another freaking year. Because I have to pretend that I've been driving around all through town with a goddamn parent or someone who else got a damn driver's license to go get my real license after that. And then y'all test me to motherfucking get on the road and be doing 90 miles per hour at a 30 mile per hour location, doing pop wheelies and all sorts of shit. And you tell me this motherfucker had the best impeccable skills and y'all thought they deserved to get their damn driver's license. This old hag who been for 90 years, I can barely see past the front of the steering wheel. She still needs to be having her driver's license. Like, bruh, y'all, like at this point, I understand homeboy. It was not needed. It's not required. First, man, I'm about to start having to rant my kids. This has nothing to do about driver's license. Now I'm even getting more irritated about all this.
Yeah. Man really just jumped in the car and just said fuck it.
Yeah. I was about to say, why we in school for so long? Like, I started ranting because I seen a video where there was like where they extended school from being I guess 3 hours, like 3 hours to make it 6 hours so kids can have time to study. So why the hell do we all these 6 periods and shit? What? Like, if y'all added the extra 3 hours of school just so people can have time to study, reduce the shit. Because clearly all our kids is ignorant. Let me just mind my business because all this, everything about right now is just irritating my soul. From the driver's license to the way this education system set up to just life in general on this ghetto land. It's just irritating my soul.
See, this is what you call a catastrophic system failure.
You're giving me the road rage. My my favorite part is like you knew that you was have a court date about a suspended driver's license, and your ass just in the car just cruising.
And then but also the fact that they suspended a license that never existed because the nigga never had got a driver's license.
So he never went and took the test. And you had the audacity to niggas be delusional. Like, what part of his brain created this? Like, at this point, he got mental health issues. Because this nigga created a whole scenario that never existed.
Nah, the nigga tried to be slick, and he was just not good at being slick.
But we created a whole scenario because, first of all, you went over there knowing you ain't got a driver's license because you never took the test. And then to fight it like you had one, at this point, the bitch is either bipolar or schizophrenic. That's the only option that he don't need to be on nobody's road.
I
Because it
just
makes
think
zero.
he's stupid. I'm going with the I think you're stupid.
Whoa,
Um,
whoa, whoa, whoa! Did y'all not hear that he was actually not at fault?
No, 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 no. There was more to it after the not at fault part. That he never
What?
had a yeah, he never had a driver's license in the first place.
never took a test for it.
He never took a
In the
test
state
for it.
of Mississippi or Michigan, wherever he's from, a driver's license never existed.
Yeah, there was more to it after the he was never at fault part, which was oh no, he never had a license in the first place. So he shouldn't have been driving the whole time. Period.
Yeah, because remember they took his license for child support and he fought that and they gave it they were supposed to rescind it back.
Yeah.
But you never had a license to begin with.
So yeah, that's why he was in that. That's why he was in that predicament in the first place. So, which makes it even more funny because they was asking him in court. It was just like, "Have you had a driver's license?" He was like, "I don't know."
Wait,
You
he
know what
told you
though?
like,
Honestly, I'm not gonna beat up on him. I'm not gonna beat up on him because nigga, I understand it's a hard world out here. Everybody got jokes and shit like that. That brother, he probably just had good intentions, but circumstances are dire, so he just had to do what he had to do, and that's where I leave it. I'm not gonna beat up on that brother.
I
oh
don't want
no,
to. I don't
he
want to
does
be.
so much for the
Go ahead, B.
community
Go
though.
ahead, B.
He does a lot for the community for real. Like he does a lot for the community. He does like these little food drives and stuff like that. At the end of the day, he still never had a life.
I don't have a license either, my nigga.
Yeah, but you're not driving a car either.
Nope.
Exactly.
You're not going to court to defend a license that did not exist either.
That's the part that baffles me. Like what happened when he first got pulled over and that police officer asked for license and registration? Like, what did he show that first officer? Like, the fuck?
Absolutely nothing, nigga, because ain't nothing to show. What's he gonna show?
Right. So then, how does this? What? How
So
did
how
how did we get here? How did we get here?
You know what's funny? There's other stories like this. Have you heard about the Kenyan lawyer that never had a license, won 26 cases, it was getting arrested and put on trial, and he defended himself,
And one,
and won his own case.
but, but that's different. This
Do
dude
you,
on the police system, it had a license that was revoked. So that means there was a license somewhere in the system. Who the hell created this fake license for him? Because how can the police system see a license that was suspended that does not exist?
I don't know, but
Like it's just things are not adding up. Like you never took the test, but there's a license for you in the system. How?
he probably had some backwoods way of doing it.
you
Some
can
people,
forge anything if you know what to do,
Yeah.
who to talk to, whatever, whatever. You can get anything forged. It's not difficult. It's not
if
that difficult, I should say.
if a
No, that's
If a little African boy can become a doctor, then
see, the problem with that is your driver's license, your state ID are all government issued ID. So whoever created this government issue ID created a legal document. So like this dude should never even find it. You should have just let it go. Like you putting more people at risk. Somebody might end up losing their job. Lord knows how long ago they had that job. Or they might start getting questioned. They might even have to serve jail time.
I just think it's I don't know. I just think that's hella funny. Uh,
It is.
Wow,
but yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. But any last words before we move on to our final topic?
I guess any means possible. You gotta get it out the mud.
Get, you, you might as well just let that man live. Let that man drive his car.
Right. At the end of the day, everyone's fucked up.
Yeah, he was picking up some kids in his car. He was driving around with the kids in his car.
Oh man! And speaking of fuck up, thank you for the transition, Dion. Have you
Oh boy.
Okay, there was a story of this girl. Her father didn't know that he was shooting a shot at his own daughter, and like
Um, do I
it's,
want to know how this unfolded?
Was it a catfish situation? Because I'm so confused. Or like they was he? Mm, it's giving weird. Like,
it, it reminds.
Again, do I want to know how this unfolded?
Hold on, shoes.
to me, like
I just think
I
he
don't
did.
know how old is this daughter like compared to him. So I'm like, was he not in his daughter's life? Like I'm so confused. Like is I hope she above 18.
I think she is above 18. I just don't think he knew that he was hitting on his daughter, which is like, which is very hilarious. It is just like, oh, you know, I'm your daughter, right? He was just like, really? Since when?
Yeah.
I don't. It reminded me of that old Greek story where, like, the guy, they predicted that he was going to kill his father and marry his mother, and all that other stuff. So, but
Oh God.
Honestly speaking, I have nothing to say about this topic. I think it kind of speaks for itself. The entire situation is trifling.
I 100% agree with Fabio. This entire situation is
I, Again, I don't
I
think I
just,
want to know.
I just want to know how the hell you don't know that's your own daughter. That's that's the weird part with me.
He did it on purpose. That's purposeful. You feel what I'm saying? So there's really nothing else to say. He purposefully did not pursue a relationship with his daughter to the point where he don't even know what she was like. That says everything about his character. There's nothing left to say.
but why is he pursuing first of all, unless he was what 8 years old when he had his daughter or something? Like, why are you going after a child though? Like, like not in the sense as if like she's like a teen, like but she's like 18, 19, 20. Like, why are you going after a young? Like, to me, that you should still consider as a child. Like, he has to be way past 30.
Yeah, you know, it's a weird world, but that's all I can say. I found, shoot, where did
It is a weird world. Like all these women want these like little kids or these little young girls. Like, it's giving what was that? The guy from the not BTK, but like his go home Roger. What's his name?
Marcus Houston?
Yeah, it's giving the whole same situation that Houston was on. Like that young little girl. Like it was just weird. Like
Mm.
a good 40 is dating like a 25-year-old. Like get your money, sis, but it's still weird.
Uh, oh man. Okay. On to Do you care? Do y'all care that Ebony K. Williams finally got pregnant with her IVS and she's having a girl?
Who?
I'm so
Ebony K.
happy for
Williams.
The girl, the woman that said she wouldn't date a bus driver.
The woman said, yeah, the woman said,
I'm so happy
Oh,
for you.
okay. She's not important. Next.
I care. The only reason why she is having this kid is not because she want to be a mother. Like it's so she can pass down her millions to someone so it just doesn't get lost in space.
I actually have a problem.
She could be donating it to the bus drivers guild, but okay.
I have like one little
I
problem with it, and maybe
for
it's
the
just
money
a,
she done.
I don't want to say it's a personal thing, but it's just I think I don't know. I have this feeling that she's looking at this as more as an accessory than a child. Like that's how bad she wanted it. I could be wrong, but I feel like most because I didn't know Naomi Campbell had like two kids out of IVF and all that other stuff, and ooh, she gave some horrible advice. She said, the world needs more children. I know that the economy is bad, but if my mother was a single mother with no money can make it, you can do it too. That's what Naomi Campbell said.
No,
Now I know ain't nobody taking that girl serious after all the shit that was found out about her.
Yeah, but she actually said that shit. But it's just like, but I don't know. But I feel like yes, I, like she is rich and she is have the means to take care of these babies. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's like an accessory to her, not much of her trying to be a mother because with this with the statistics of how like single parenthood really kind of like fucks the kids up. Why would you like one bring her in with that and two um I don't know. It's funny because obviously me and Material Life, we've been back and forth about this and about the type of man that uh MBK William want or had and all that other stuff. So it's like damn. But I just don't agree with bringing it in with the especially with the bad statistics of like single motherhoods and all the other stuff. I know, and also like being a single mother by choice. I think it's a dumb thing to do. It's just my opinion. It's like because I don't think anybody wants to be a single mother because like I don't think anybody wants to do it alone, especially raise a child alone. I know some people have to do it, but I think if given a chance, would you rather do it with somebody? You would obviously want to have a family. So why would you like bring a child in on those type of things? But I feel like anybody that's want to be a single mother by choice, that's like for very selfish reasons, and that's just my opinion on that.
That's exactly what I said. I said that when we had did the little sketchy video, her and what's her name, Megan Ford or Melissa Ford, whatever, was on.
Mm-hmm.
She
Oh,
has
you
this
need.
aesthetic in life, how she sees it and how she wants it to be. She don't date men for the pure sense of being in love. It's like um you have to be in equilibrium of exactly where she image herself to be at or where she wants to go. And her ex veered off track, and that was because so her having this kid is not for because I want to be a mother. And it don't even give that. Like when you look at Ebony Case, like nothing about her gives off like I want to be a mother. It gives off I made a lot of money and I want to make sure that my wealth and everything that I have created in life and all the good that I have done will continue on.
That sounds like the most. I'm sorry. That sounds like the most selfish shit ever.
It is selfish, but you know what? It's honest, and I appreciate honesty. The only thing that I'm gonna say is, bruh, the real lovers are still out here, bruh. The real lovers are still out here. We're still out here
amen.
romancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, she's just not a real lover, and that's okay. But over here, we love, baby. Nigga, I'll put a
Mhm.
baby in you because I want to, not because you know what I'm saying. I need my legacy. Like, nigga, no, you look good, and I'm fertile. That's it.
I'm done. Not I'm so.
Yeah,
Oh,
bruh, let me tell you something. Nigga, these African genetics, bro. No one it's no wonder why black people be having kids like rabbits, nigga. This shit is potent, okay? The most powerful
Yeah,
drug in the world.
I'm
Look
good
at.
with the two I got. The fuck you mean?
I mean, look at Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon.
Nick
Listen,
Raymond,
Cannon is a
we are
loose
not
cannon.
we are not using him as an example. That nigga is
not
making a
Nick
fucking roster,
Cannon.
That nigga got a
Right. Nick
football
Cannon
team.
is a loose
nigga,
cannon. All right.
That nigga got a football team. That's
and
What?
they're all
And
beige.
but his reasoning was the same too.
the Beige Brigade.
His whole concept was leaving his legacy behind, and he just started popping them out.
Which I also think, if that's the case, that's also very selfish.
It is, and he is very well aware of it. That he is selfish for creating a bunch of family, and that's why he tried to at one point. I think he tried to get a vasectomy.
Okay, so let me ask you this now, because now that Evan K. Williams had this or is having this baby, do you think it's going to make a lot other people um, try to follow her footsteps? Because I'm gonna be real with you, IVF is important. So I know there are cheaper ways to get babies, like just having a nigga just raw getting you and all that other stuff for people that really want kids or adopt. But I can see that adoption. I can see one thing, but like I know people like really want kids and they really want to go through pregnancy and all that other stuff. So
I don't know why Evan K. Williams is the pioneer of it.
because
She did or start nothing in her life. She is only copying what has already existed. Nothing that Evan K. Williams has done or said has been new. She is a repeat of everything that has already existed.
say that last part.
She is a repeat of everything that has already been in existence, that has existed. So nothing she's doing is brand new. Girls was doing I like girls would get with these basketball players and then freeze their eggs, do IVF, get pregnant by them, and then boom, get them, let them go or whatever the situation, break up, and boom, the legacy of this basketball player lives on in that kid. Or like rich parents who couldn't have kids, they would either adopt a kid or they would do IVF so they can have a kid just so they can leave their legacy behind to somebody. People have been doing this thing for years upon years. Just because us in America have, like not in America, but like we just been hearing about IVF for the past, what, 10, 15 years, but IVF has been around in the rich culture. Even like the whole concept of creating a baby in the lab. People bring two embryos together and create a baby in the lab. And then they like put it in a surrogate to carry it for them.
I mean, surrogates, I understand because
You know what I'm
the
saying?
brat. No, the surrogates I understand because the brat did that, but at least the brat was with some. She was with somebody, but but I don't know. This one, I feel like no, because I feel like even though this has been around, I feel like this is also going. I'm going to see more of this. That's what I'm saying. Like yeah,
The
this
thing
been a like even Botox has been around, but you're seeing more and more people getting Botox now than back in the day.
But white people doing Botox like water back in the day. It's more that now that we're seeing more black people doing it, it's all of a sudden noticeable. White people have been doing it for 50. They've been looking shocked their whole life.
I've been seeing black people do it at like age 25 though. It's like why are you
Yeah,
doing it at
that's
25?
noticing it more now because black people have entered the chat. But the thing is, if black people never entered the chat, we wouldn't have noticed it. That's what I'm saying. White people have been doing IVF for the longest, being selfish. Because men have like, created like, a legacy, never been married. They just so they can leave their wealth to somebody. Because they don't want it to go back to the state or they don't want it to like go back to their parents or whatever the case may be. They rather go to like their kids or, you know, so they want to leave somebody behind that can take all their stuff. and it's been selfish, but like once black people start doing it, people notice it because I guess we're like we seem to be like you know once we do it, all of a sudden, oh, the whole world's doing it, and now they want it to be us a problem.
Oh,
Like,
we're the trendsetters. I've been said that. Black people are the trendsetters.
yeah, because let's be honest, white people was out here collecting Section 8 and WIC and food stamps their whole life. But the moment black people start collecting, it's a problem.
Wick was invented by the Black Panthers.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. Like all of a sudden, it's a big issue. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't an issue when white people collecting, when white people getting help, when white people getting handouts.
it's
But
cool
the
when they.
moment white,
I know what you mean. It's
it's
cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
like IVF, white people been doing it forever. They've been out here being selfish for a long time. Like what's his name? That old man that just had a little kid. Like maybe he was damn near 90 years old. Why keep having a baby?
You talk Robert De Niro.
I don't know who it is. Somebody,
Well, then,
somebody like he just had a newborn like a few months ago. Like, bruh, why?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's Robert De Niro. This is just.
Like you about to click out and die at any point in time. Why would you bring a new kid into this world?
Damn, you about to die.
Like
I
he
mean,
has
shit,
other
boy,
kids
like
that
you're not even
he
gonna
loves.
be around to raise this child. Like, damn, bro.
Like he has older kids and stuff like that, but it's like you just got like a whole newborn. Like
Yeah, and
it'll
you
be a
got kids that's already grown. Damn.
for 20 more years to see this newborn hit problems. But like, bro, let's be honest.
You- Nah, you really about to leave motherfuckers fuckers behind to literally raise their sibling? Like, the fuck? Wait a minute.
Yeah. Again, it's like the selfishness. Is- I don't know. Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
But I don't think I think Chad, at this point, Chad, people lonely. It's about to be a pandemic or two. Ain't they said no more vaccines and what's that other stuff? Whatever them girls was just fighting about. Whatever they just canceled, whatever. Like I ain't got to bring. I just don't care. So it's about to be a world of kids. Just a bunch of kids running around. People just making kids. And at this point, they ain't got no love life because all these girls are so independent, so modern. So they're just about to be in the lab just creating kids. Well, didn't Kim K do that?
For one
Or
of the kids, she had a surgery
was
for
she?
one because she couldn't have
Oh,
she because it almost I think it almost killed her. One of her kids almost killed her. So yeah,
I
one of
felt
the
like Nort was her only kid that she carried because she grew up like a balloon after Nort with Nort.
oh, she did what uh, but
I felt like
I,
every kid after
I
that was a surrogate child.
yeah the young one of the younger kids I know she was a surrogate because like she was I think if she'd have had another child like Kim K would have died or some shit like that. So
But with her first child, she had that damn flower dress and looked like a little Willy Wonka.
she did look like Willie. But speaking of Northwest, did you see her in the Lion King? She was
Terrible. First of all,
uh
untalented. I'm no offense. I'm not trying to be mean, but
Damn, yo, God.
she had look. I'm not gonna like. talk shit, but she had no business being on that stage.
And I feel like it's her mom's fault. Like, no offense, I understand Nort want to be like. Let's be honest. When you look at Blue Ivy and all that she's doing, I feel like Nort is always trying to chase after like being next or like and Blue just effortlessly do it. In North, I feel like she just forces it. Like she's so
Genetics.
your mom took you on a world tour, Blue. Took the like Beyonce took Blue on a world tour. She performed in so many countries. But then you look at like North, Kanye took you on and you came out with a song to find out that you wrote nothing from that song.
So you think that North is trying to compete with Blue Ivy?
I know for a fact she has to be competing with Blue Ivy because it makes zero sense for North to be doing this, for North to be functioning the way she is. Blue is part of Lion King. Why did North and that whole release came out that Blue Ivy was playing in Lion King, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a big rollout. To find out Blue was also on there, but like no one really noticed it or no one really cared. So it wasn't a big rollout for the fact that Blue was on there. And then she jumps on and does whatever the musical for the Lion King. And like, girl, why? With the it's like and then her mom the next day wears that same outfit she had on. It was just a mess. It just gives off like struggling to like compete with Beyonce and her family. Like and when Beyonce really don't be checking for y'all. Like,
It's like, why would you try to compete with Beyonce? But I don't know. I guess I don't know why Vegeta. Why Vegeta always try to feel like he has to compete with Goku, but that's just it's the
and
person of all
to invest
things.
like that, like
Pride.
not Blue, to
Sand pride.
invest like embarrassing. Like I was so embarrassed with Homegirl. I was like, wow. Like it sounded so bad. Like she really thought she was singing. She ate. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
she thought she ate real, but she that shit was woo.
It
Okay,
was not- As a mom, she should have been for her life. I'm sorry, baby, but we can't take it.
I think her mother is tone deaf, but but that's just me. But all right, we're gonna get into our final thoughts, and usually Father he's like second to last, but since he's working, I'm gonna let Father go first this time. Father, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, I was doing something.
I said I said we're on our final thoughts, and since you're working, I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, I'm off of work now. So, damn, final thoughts. Let's see. What do I want to say? Oh, um, I know what I want to say. R.I.P. Enchanted. She passed away. She was one of the Gucci Mane's artists. She died at 26. She got pulled from life support, so I just wanted to give my condolences. She got a few songs that I like, so you know what I'm saying. It's
Mhm.
definitely very sad, and 1017 needs to be fucking investigated because they're artists going through it, and that's my final thoughts. R.I.P. Enchanted.
I just saw that on social media where they're like, I guess somebody's like, all the Gucci Mane artists, like either they're in jail or they're
Yeah, the
um
Joe dead.
or they're off the label.
Yeah,
And
it's either or.
yeah, but you can I don't know.
It
It's like
started
you
with I
can't.
think it started with Slim Duncan, but well,
But
most
then,
and the fact that most of these dudes are still street dudes, so I'm
yeah,
not surprised.
and Gucci he was just a street dude shortly before his release date.
Hmm.
So, And he didn't know how to act either. So, at the end of the day, eventually, she took care of her. But I don't think Gucci would have ever got his life together if she didn't exist. Um,
Like, oh, Gucci still be in jail if it wasn't for her.
yeah, because I guess, the fact that she came back and Gucci didn't have to hustle because she had already made him a big bag. But it was like, he really like helped
Mm.
him grow up. But it's like a lot of dudes like Pooh Shiesty, like dude was up and then he go play around, play stupid games. He's just like, bro, why? So I feel
Yeah, I
like
mean,
Gucci has resemblance of his old stuff and he picks up these guys in the street, but Gucci really do not know how. Like at the end of Gucci's still a street dude. He just has a smart woman next to him. But I think if him and her was not together, he would revert back to his old self.
Who's to
But
say?
I'm glad that he's getting these articles from the streets, trying to get them a way out. But if they're not ready, they're just not ready. And it's like at some point you have to give them guidance to live here. You can't even just be playing with these people
well,
careers
the
and their life.
well, the thing is about like fame or like getting a deal. I don't think you're ever ready because you're immediately given all this money. You're immediately have all this fame. People know who you are. I don't think you're ever ready. I think it's like you get adjusted on the fly. But because it seems
On
like
on the job training, basically.
yeah, basically, and it seems like
That's
every that's why you see every time that they are locked up or dead or transgender. Shout out to Lil Wop. Okay, Father, is that your final thoughts?
why. You was just talking about WAP or something.
Lil
Yeah,
Wop.
nigga.
I was talking about Lil Wop, but
You was your final thought. It's like you stopped mid sentence.
no, I was gonna ask if that was his final thought. He said yeah. So, um, Dion, it's on you.
Uh, oh, excuse me. Final thoughts. Final thoughts. Nah, nothing to that.
Okay, Material Life is on you.
Well, my final thought is in regards to the fact that Sexy Red was getting close to airport, and I mean, really showed out. She took it to another level, and I don't know what her and Chief Keef got going on, but sis don't play about that man, cause she was really the way she had, like, we know that chair situation. She took that, those little things where they like separate the lines, and she said, I'm whoever it was that she was fighting with, she's taking them out tonight." I was like, this girl's really crazy. She's like borderline crazy, but I believe Sexy Red is in that like high caliber of crazy.
It's like that old uh Love Sosa song. He's talking about shut the fuck up. And everybody talk about I'm only
Yeah, like that. I kill you, playing with me. Like I, I really believe she would definitely care about her love, and it's getting scary. So,
oh for what she said. That's you like a brother.
like, that ain't even regular brother status right there. First of all, she was walking away, like she was walking in the terminal, in the tarmac, about to get on the plane, turn back, like heard the argument, turn back around and went to town. So, so I don't know what type of brother that is, but I don't want that type of brother friendship, type relationship. 'Cause, that's that. Oh, that's my brother. Back in the day when people used to say that, and they be fucking their brothers.
I don't. Yeah, I don't ever believe that because shit. Oh, because every woman that said that's like a brother to me, I done slept. Yeah, so
Oh, so
for
y'all
real.
just siblings is that the case?
No, I don't. No, I never tell people. They say that. I never say that.
Mm,
I never believed it in the first place, but
I
eventually, like
don't
eventually,
know.
the last couple people that said like, oh, he's like a brother to me. It's like I don't. I eventually we end up sleeping together.
I don't even think I've ever said that to any man.
I
Oh,
don't
that's
say. I
my,
don't.
oh, that's my brother.
Yeah, I don't. I don't say that. Like my older sister, my legitimate older sister, she got a friend that I flirt with all the time, and she be like, "I'm like a sister to you." I'm like, "Shit, my mama
Mm,
didn't birth you." I make it
Facts.
well. I make it well
mm,
known. But I just flirt with her all the time. But that's just other than. But yeah, I never say the whole "you're like a brother and sister to me," because to me it was like they're the ones you probably end up fucking.
mm-hmm. And I believe they be in that thing together because the way she's gonna say, whoever she's fighting, she's gonna say life.
I mean, these bitches love Sosa, so. But you can't be fighting in the airport though. That's like you going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail.
Well, she was, she was, they different. This world is different. They be fighting all over the place. It seems like most people fight on the airplanes and the airport at
I
this
don't.
point.
I don't understand that. That is a federal offense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Uh,
it's always It's always niggas too, and I be mad about that. It's like black people. You know that's a federal. That's the worst place to like. Like 9/11 happened through an airport. They do not play in the airport.
it's
So
even more with white people because it's at this black people we be like, what the hell going on in this? But when a white person does it, they real life crazy. Like they be seeing things. Like
hmm yeah. Well,
I
but
was
yeah.
just making
Go ahead,
the
B.
second one is like the girl of the season right now, and everything she do is up and it's stuck. I was like, that's crazy. I just see the video today. And I was like, that's
Uh,
something different. I wouldn't want her in my circle, but I definitely wouldn't mind if she was in my circle.
I mean, it's good to have a fighter.
Not a fighter, a killer.
A kill. Damn that too. Yeah.
Everyone
Um.
needs that one crazy friend.
Yeah.
Mm,
They crash out. The motherfuckers that be crashing out.
I'm trying to take a charge.
Uh,
Look,
uh,
you either get you a crazy friend or you become the crazy friend. One of the two.
Uh-uh. Now I ain't taking it. You can't catch me
I
in
was about
jail.
to say that's not B. That's not B at all. That's not B at all. She may be Haitian, but she is not crashing out.
Wait, we didn't even talk about the young thug and his lawyer. Did we?
Oh, that is his lawyer went to jail.
Oh, every
The
weekend on
fuck?
him for 10 weeks straight. He gonna be hanging out with young thugs up in the cell in Cobb County.
I just thought that was funny. Well,
Oh, black people say his price tag just went up because he a real gangster, so he didn't want to sneak out whoever told him the information about the secret meeting. But now he about to be sitting in jail, and his wife is a lawyer, so she just did a appeal for him. Like, bruh. this story gets wild. So everybody ready for the Lifetime slash Netflix movie. Um, they're about to make a big bag with this movie.
Hmm.
'Cause this can't be like this is a year and a half in.
Yeah, I know.
Gonna be small. He left prison, became very tiny.
You know, Gunna be getting in shape, so I know he ready for a fight. Like, I think Gunna's gonna have to fight somebody. So that's just
Gonna
it.
come, and then all of a sudden, Moneybag Yo back active, which is crazy to me. That man been a ghost, and then all of a sudden now he's everywhere.
That is true. Is that your final thoughts? B.
Yeah,
True.
that's crazy. But I'm storing. I don't know if he was in prison for real. I don't even want to run that type of story. But that's my final thought. You know, we got to talk about the world of entertainment over here.
Oh yeah, true, true, true. And speaking of, I guess crashing out. I don't know, but I saw something that I thought it was very interesting. I don't know if I could play it, but if not, but they've been doing this. They've been talking about this head transplant surgery, and
Oh, transplant.
yeah, using the AIs. And I'm trying to look for a shorter video, but
You talking about taking somebody's head and putting it on somebody else's body?
yes, like in Face Off.
Oh, my
Oh
lord.
hell no!
Yeah, hold on, cause you ain't hear about this. Hold on,
That just made me want to throw up.
hold on. This
Oh, that's
Feature
scary.
is Mr. Matthew Crocker. He is a consultant neurosurgeon at St George's Hospital. Welcome to you, indeed. Let's just look at this process. And according to Dr. Canavera, the first stage will involve the patient and donor's bodies being cooled down so the brain cells don't die during the operation. And then the neck will be partially cut through and the blood vessels will then be connected to the other body with tubes. So far, so simple.
So simple, yes. I mean, I haven't done any of these myself recently, but in theory, every section has a grounding in science and in a certain amount of medical practice. So the practice of cutting or excluding blood vessels that supply the brain from the circulation and then restoring that circulation temporarily to the brain with tubes is very well recognized.
And what do you gain from lowering the temperature?
Again, lowering the temperature of the whole body and hence the brain to between 10 and 20 degrees, usually around 15 to 70 degrees, is a very well recognized technique used for complex neurosurgery or cardiovascular surgery, in which there is an expectation that the brain will be starved of its blood and oxygen supply for a substantial period.
Okay, well, let's move on then, because the next stage is that the spinal cord is cut with a very sharp knife to minimize damage, and the donor head is then moved onto the recipient's body, and the spinal cord is fused together with a substance called polyethylene glycol, which is hope will repair the joint. I mean, I can just about remember my organic chemistry. That doesn't sound like a particularly sophisticated substance to do that.
Well, it's a form of glue, and again, the idea of cutting the spinal cord sharply rather than bluntly has a little medical support in terms of the fact the only successful or the well-recognised success with spinal cord injury surgery came from a man who had a stab injury rather than a blunt injury to the cord.
I mean, I've got to ask you, at this point, someone is having their head cut off, which
So they are.
most people would normally define as death, really. I mean, is it okay to cut someone's head off for a doctor to do it?
Well, I'm not sure any of this is really okay, and it requires a little more thought, doesn't it? But yes, your point is entirely reasonable. At what point one dies, I believe your ethicist might have a consideration about that. But the heart is routinely stopped in open heart surgery, of course. In cardiac surgery, that's no longer unusual.
So this is the next step, putting together the muscle and the blood vessels. I mean, has this ever been done on this scale?
on this scale. No, I'm sure it has.
Yeah. And then we move on, and the body after the operation is successful is kept in a coma for several weeks to prevent people moving, and presumably so everything fuses together.
Yeah, I presume. One can reattach or screw together the spinal column, and that's done very regularly for injuries and so forth. And that those people do not need to be kept in a coma. The idea of this, I presume, is to allow the gluing of the spinal cord to take root and so forth. But again, that is very speculative to be.
I mean, we have seen arms and legs reattached, haven't we?
Of course, yes, many times, yeah.
But that's a lot simpler than presumably doing a spinal cord.
Well, the spinal cord is of course, to state the obvious, the central issue here. And an arm and leg have nerves.
At what point do we say like, bruh, it gotta stop? Like, I understand the need for technology and the need to expand, but at one point we gotta say, bruh, it's gotta stop.
Ladies
Like,
and gentlemen, we are literally playing God. I saw this and I said, "Oh my God, we are literally playing God." Something that you just don't. I don't. I don't think we should be. I feel like we're treading in waters we shouldn't be treading in, and the fact that this is, you know, I'm pretty sure they're going to try to do this with somebody. But do you understand that sooner or later we're gonna be seeing like old 80-year-old men and like young 20-year-old bodies, because that's what they're going to try to do. And I feel like it's for the people, especially like the real rich people, that their bodies are just all the home, they can't move. So they're going to replace them with new bodies and all that other stuff. So I think, yeah, I think we're literally trying to play God around here. This is honestly, this is pretty scary. Because what if a white man wants to be a black man? So you got a white head and a black body, and
Oh, wow.
it's like it's like that's. I'm sorry, that's the stupid part of me because it's just like motherfucker walk around like a Neapolitan ice cream with this white head and a black. But like
This made me think of Frankenstein.
it is
oh
Frankenstein.
my
Like,
God, that is so serious.
oh man, but yeah, I think people are trying to I think this, people that want to prolong living longer lives, like past 100. I don't know, but I feel like the only people that's going to be even doing this is like the extremely rich, because I don't see like this happening in regular life. But
Like, I don't even understand the process. Like, do you have to kill somebody? Because, like, um, I don't know how. Like, I just know I'm over this world. Because just like everybody, like,
hey, look, like I said, people we played God before, but this is literally playing God. So I I was wondering if you knew about this, B, because
it's never heard about it. It kind of twirled my stomach up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. It was
I'm sorry.
pretty
I'm sorry, it curls your stomach up.
like, new type of level. So, but thanks for sharing it because clearly, um, just like the WNBA, a lot of us barely heard about it.
Oh
We're
man.
talking about the situation.
Oh man. Whew. And on that note, I guess we could call it a night. I would like to thank the panel for jumping on this podcast. Oh, one more thing before I go. Um, a lot of stupid things done happened in the past 2 weeks. I don't know if it's the heat or it's just people were just stupid, but like I feel like in some ways the world is getting dumber and it's not gonna go well for us. Like that's the example of the dude in driver's license and the man that was trying to holler at his daughter. That's just one thing, but I feel also it's just the whole premise of this show was I think the world is getting dumber and people are not paying attention to it. But and I think we should like open our eyes to it because this shit going on. But either way, I would like to thank the panel for jumping on the podcast as usual. I would like to thank all of y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. Material life, it was good hearing from you. You know I love you, girl.
I love you too.
All right.
Please,
Also, Dion, I'm glad you could join us because I know you've been busy too.
Of course.
All right. This is you know what? Let me just say podcast and we'll sign out. Peace.
Peace.
bye.